The ancient Buddhist story of the blind men and their meeting with the elephant exemplifies scholarly debates on the nature and varied elements of globalization. Because the blind men had no idea what the elephant looked like. They vowed to gain a mental image of the animal and hence the information they sought by touching it. When one blind man felt the elephant's trunk, he compared it to a lively snake. Another man, scratching along the animal's big leg, compared it like a rough column of tremendous dimensions. The third individual grabbed the elephant's tail and declared that it resembled a giant flexible brush. The fourth man felt its sharp tusks and described it like a large spear. Each of the blind scholars had his or her own understanding of what an elephant was. Because the blind men's scholastic reputations were relying on the accuracy of their different discoveries, they soon ended up disputing about the genuine nature of the elephant. With the ongoing quarrel of the blind man, it is highly relevant to globalization, as scholars think globalizations were highly contested concept. Even scholars don't have agreement in defining globalization. The blind men or the scholars have their own opinion regarding the essence of globalization. Others argue that it is political, cultural, economic, religion, ideological aspects, but others still point that it is environmental process. The six blind men had different ideas, but none of them were incorrect. They simply demonstrated that politics, culture, environment, economics, religion, and ideology all play a role in globalization. As a result of political globalization, we can see changes such as having begun in our nation state as it becomes easier and more accessible for us to talk to other countries, especially in times of crisis, which we can solve immediately because globalization lowers borders and boundaries, making us more connected globally. For cultural globalization, it contributes to the growth of many concepts and values that might help everyone perceive it in order to be interconnected. Following that, religion provides everyone with a better outlook of our global environment through unique religious world perspectives. The scholars also think that ideology has its function in globalization, in which it is a system of ideas and assertions that aims to explain the world and to alter it. Furthermore, economic globalization improves enterprise efficiency and plays a significant role in increasing the size of the country's economy. Economic development raises people's living standards and educational attainment. Finally, environmental globalization is the forefront of raising public awareness about labor and environmental norms. And if done properly, we may reach what we term globophilia, which has a positive influence on our globalization and help us live a better life. Indeed, the six blind men have strong differences of opinion, but their opinions are all accountable on essential qualities of globalization processes. Despite of those differences, they have one perspective and that is to furtherly elaborate globalization. To sum it up, those peers turn globalization to develop expansion and intensification of social relation and consciousness across world time and world space.